Ladies and gentlemen, now it's too late with Alan Mosley.
Oh! Hey! It did the thing. Wow. All right, cool. Guys, welcome back for another episode of It's Too Late. I am your host, Alan Mosley, joined as always by the number one producer in late night. It's Dave Wilimowski. Dave, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, as usual. Yeah, work's good. Life's good. Took my kid, he had a Boy Scout thing, and we went rappelling down, I didn't go, but he went, and they had to make their own harnesses, and I got to learn a few knots, so.
Ooh, nobody gives a shit.
Okay. How you doing, Alan?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm feeling, sorry. I'm feeling a little bit older than I was this time last week.
You are a little bit older. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm 30 years old. Yeah. I turned 30 for the 8th time.
Oh, that ain't bad.
So I've been 30, and then I've been 37 more times after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know, actually what happened is got some new neighbors across the street. But dude bros, they're all like roofers, and they're, it's hot this time of year. They're all coming home, cracking open some brewskis. They said, "Hey, man, come have a drink with us." And I was like, "Hey, guys, how's it going?" And they were like, they told me their name. I don't remember their name. I don't give a shit. But They asked me who I was and all that and what I do and all that stuff. And I was like, "Hey, I make videos in my apartment." And then they thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, but just solo work, you know what I'm saying? And actually with a guy I know from the internet. And they thought they wanted me to go out boozing with them. I'm like, I'm a little too old for that, guys. You should find some guys your age do that. And they're like, "Well, how old are you?" And I was like, "How old do you think I am?" And they're like, "Well, we just figured you're our age, like 23, 24. And I said, "Oh, really? That's correct. Hit the ding, but yeah, I am 24 years old. That's right." So I'm gonna let them live in a fantasy world where I'm 24.
That's neat.
Yeah.
You should have gave him a fake name too.
I did. Oh, I said my name was Dave Wilimowski. So.
Oh no.
Yeah. Because it's better that it's like it's a half truth. It is a name. It's not a fake name. It's not my name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, thoughts and prayers to our friends down in Florida right now who are bracing themselves for Hurricane Ian as we speak. Do we have a picture of Hurricane Ian?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that kind of looks like. Yeah.
Oh, it's racist.
It is racist. You think it would be pointed closer to Miami if it was racist, but that being neither here nor there. But actually, we have breaking news. The trajectory of the storm has changed. It's no longer aimed right at Central Florida. Good news, guys. Governor Ron DeSantis has aimed Hurricane Ian at Martha's Vineyard.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Take that, commies. You know what I'm saying? But if you suddenly find yourself, all joking aside, if you suddenly find yourself in the path of some severe weather, we actually have some hurricane preparedness tips from our president, Joe Biden. Take a look at this.
Let me be clear. If you're in a state where hurricanes often strike, like Florida or the Gulf Coast or into Texas, a vital part of preparing for hurricane season is to get vaccinated now. Everything is more complicated if you're not vaccinated and a hurricane or natural disaster hits.
I thought water, maybe?
Yeah, get vaccinated from inclement weather. Right? Jesus Christ, these people.
Just misses you.
Have you seen, I don't know, I'm kind of a big weather buff. Do you like weather? Like, Dave, let me tell you this. This is how you can tell if you're an honorary Southerner and you can come back and visit us again. Here in the South, because we're in Tornado Alley, right? Whenever they say that there's going to be a tornado and you should seek shelter, we all go out on our porches to look for it.
Yeah.
Do you guys, you do that?
Well, it's really rare that we have a tornado, but if I get a warning, I'm going to go outside, peek around a little bit. But thunderstorms, snowstorms, I love to be outside and just watch it roll in.
Yeah, I'm interested to see it. I don't always get to see a, category 5 hurricane. I want to let's take a look at it. But have you seen all these pictures that people are posting about? I'm learning things. I'm learning that apparently when a hurricane like stalls out in the ocean before it reaches the coast, it sucks up all the water, and then the people like on the beaches and at your local like rivers and stuff, the tide goes way down because all the water's out there in the storm. Have you seen that?
In the air.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a couple pictures. I got some friends.
Yeah, it sucks all the water. It's like they should have named that thing Hurricane Kamala. It's amazing. Yeah. Speaking of powerful women, congratulations are in order to Giorgia Meloni. I think it's George. I don't know. They're Italian. We're just gonna call her Georgia.
It's
like our Georgia. Meloni elected the first female prime minister of Italy. It really makes you wonder when America is finally going to catch up and elect a strong-willed, intelligent, blonde white woman to be our nation's leader when there's so many obviously qualified candidates. Take a look at one right here.
Oh, that's not gonna, honey, that's not gonna reach.
Oh, what is she doing?
Let's give it another shot.
No, she's not.
No.
No, she said it on.
Why is she so afraid to get so close?
Okay, here we go. She got it. She got it on the right side this time.
Oh. Right there.
Somebody needs to come get their woman.
Right.
Oh, yeah, just sit that there. Yeah.
At that point, just leave.
She just kept
Oh.
She's measuring the distance.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Okay.
She's got it. Where is she going?
She's doing it.
All right. That's attempt number 3.
Oh.
Oh, no gas there. Yeah.
It's got the distance now.
Did you hear him? Oh, there she found the gas tank.
Side. I mean, it's on the correct side.
That's the right side.
That's the correct side. She's got the gas tank.
She did.
Oh.
Yes.
Right there.
Yeah. All right, you got it.
Oh!
Yes. Okay, she has it.
She literally had it encircled around. That guy's judging her so hardcore. Is it the worker?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Wow. Holy
We
cow.
all lie
What
in
are you doing, Dave? Holy shit.
Hitting the
Dave,
wrong
what are you
button.
doing? Oh my god.
I
We
meant
were
to do
having
that.
this was going to be
But
like
it's
an all-time great monologue until that moment. Thanks, Dave.
Well.
And finally, in the news this evening, there's been a lot of controversy, especially in some of the elections leading into the midterms, about who is and isn't soft on crime. Now, me personally, I am someone that is in favor of reintegrating offenders into society because if they've paid their dues, then they're square with the house again, right? Like you can't like if somebody is so dangerous they can't be in society, then you can't just let them in and out. But if they've paid their dues, if they've truly been like, they've found the
Rehabilitated.
errors of their ways, and they've they've got to figure out a way to reintegrate people. Like you can't, like, how hard it is for felons to like get a job, and
Oh yeah.
they can't like vote, can't have a gun, all this crazy stuff. And so the magazine Vice did this special about sex offenders and how they reintegrate into society and how hard it is dealing with things like the registry list and all that stuff. But we're going to skip right to the end because I feel like we need to end tonight's monologue on some like positive news, So let's take a look at one of the success stories right here.
Like, we all out here in this world, and we all got to make it happen, and ain't nothing stopping me. So, I'm very hopeful and confident.
Hell yeah, brother.
That's right.
After this interview, Ashif sent a picture of his penis to our producer.
Yeah. Got to make it happen, Captain.
Oh man. Well, it's really hard to get back to normal. I mean, you would if you could. I don't know. I was gonna make a Brett Favre
yeah.
joke, but we've already done enough Brett Favre. Guys, we're gonna be back with the meme of the week and the viewer mail right after this commercial break. Don't go away. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Let me tell you about tonight's sponsor, which is Pat Crest Botanicals, which you can find at patcrestbotanicals.com. If you use promo code It's Too Late, you get 30% off your order.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's 30% off. It's kind of ridiculous. I actually have a
They're out of
sample.
their minds.
This is the Blue Dream with Delta. Can we get a shot of this? Yeah, it's Okay, this is the Blue Dream. It helps you go to sleep. I've used this personally. Boy, I'm out. Like, you know how hard it is for me to like turn off the old noggin at night.
Oh yeah.
This will do it for you, or perhaps a young lady you're entertaining. I mean, you know, I've been watching that Jeffrey Dahmer show. Apparently, that's anyway. This is Pat Crest Botanicals, which you can find at patcrestbotanicals.com. Promo code It's Too Late. You think Michael over there at Pat Crest Botanicals appreciates us equating their product with Jeffrey Dahmer?
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's a hit show on Netflix. I'm just trying to catch
Might
the
go
wave.
viral.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna go somewhere. Hey Dave.
Yes, Alan.
What time is it?
It's time for meme of the week.
When you buy a bag of potato chips, and when you
my.
open the bag, you understand.
Yeah.
Dave's just fixated. Yeah, it's fun. Now we have our thumbnail for tonight's episode. So there you go.
There we go.
But we do have a bonus meme. Check out the bonus meme. Excuse me, sir. We're looking for a serial rapist. All right, I'll do it.
Oh.
I like the nights where it seems like there's a theme, you know?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's better answer the viewer mail before we get deplatformed. It's coming. Kind of like that guy from the Vice article. Yeah. All right. Okay. We're going to start with Aaron Kintner, who writes, Dear Alan and Dave, I feel bad for Aaron because his job is to be the Twitch mod, but he's not. Mm-hmm. He didn't have much modding to do on Twitch these days.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. I think we're back in a couple of weeks. I mean, either they're going to hear our appeal or we'll just be unbanned in 2 weeks because it's over. So it's one or the other.
They'll probably hear your appeal and then give you more time.
Yeah, they will. It actually does say in there to not spam the appeal process. And I'm like, shut up, faggots. Anyway, what is a band or artist you like or dislike that most people don't agree with your opinion? Beatles isn't a valid response because that meme is overplayed. Yeah, I was going to say Beatles. God damn it.
I don't hate them, but
I didn't say I hate them. I just don't think they're all that great. People lose their shit over the Beatles. Yeah. Like, she loves you. Yeah. Like, ooh, you know, really groundbreaking stuff here. Dave, do you have a controversial music opinion?
I know they're popular. I don't know if people really like them, but I tried to like Pearl Jam, like, because it felt cool to like Pearl Jam, but they suck. They're boring. I don't like it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I always tell people like one of my favorite bands is Lost Lonely Boys, and most people tell me who? They don't even know who the Lost Lonely Boys are.
Yeah.
And then or they know like their one hit song they had on the radio. And I'm like, if you liked that one song, you could take 5 seconds to see if you like any of the other songs that they have.
What's the one song?
Heaven.
Okay.
It will play it in the after party. We can't do it
All
now because then we'll be down to like 2 platforms then. Andrew Avery writes, Dear Alan and Dave, are Russian nesting dolls full of themselves?
They have personalities?
Our friend Celeste sent me a picture the other day. Remember how a week or two ago we were talking about how Geppetto from Pinocchio is a pedophile?
Yeah.
And he's being played by Tom Hanks, which is kind of ironic there. And so she showed me some Russian nesting dolls where the different ones were the different characters in Pinocchio. And of course, Pinocchio's the biggest doll, and inside Pinocchio is Geppetto.
Weird.
God. It's been staring us in the face this whole time. Kind of like that producer from Vice checking her messages. Eric Eli writes, good job, Andrew. Way to have a relevant pun. Eric Eli writes, Dear Alan and Dave, if you were in Florida right now, would you begin preparing your hurricane party? Have you seen that a lot of people... I only got to experience one hurricane when I was living down in Florida. We only had one. And it was then that I learned that apparently it's a really big deal down there to have hurricane snacks. Like everyone rushes to... Like... Because that's what they call it. Like they don't call it stocking up, for emergency. They call it hurricane. Because what ends up happening is that it ends up not being an emergency, and now you have all this extra food. Yeah. What would be your go-to hurricane snack?
Oh man. I mean, I'd probably try to be a little bit functional about it, so I'd get like granola bars or something with a lot of protein.
Mm-hmm.
Just in case I do need it, but otherwise it's something I'm going to use anyways.
Yeah. Okay, I'll tell you this. Anna Kay will love that I'm sharing this story. So we go to the store like the night before the big hurricane hits. This was 2017, I think, towards the later part of that year. And she gets a shopping cart full of bottled water and, like canned goods, like canned pastas and raviolis and stuff like that. And, like milk and cereal and bread and all that kind of stuff, like peanut butter, jelly, that sort of thing. Just loaded up the trunk with stuff. I got one of those cans of nacho cheese.
Oh.
That's it.
No chips?
I forgot the chips.
Just got the cheese.
That was
We're having nacho cheese sandwiches.
Yeah. So I had some nacho cheese. That's it. So I'm kind of like, so you can call me a prepper, I guess.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I'm pretty much Suzanne Sherman. Yeah.
Basically.
Okay. Justin Campbell writes, Dear Alan and Dave, this is taken from, apparently he's got this party game called Most Likely to ... So apparently it's a party game where you go around and you ask who's most likely to do the thing on the card. So we're playing a game. Who's most likely to pee outside when there's a bathroom available?
Oh.
So I guess it's between you and me. Between me and Dave, who's most likely to pee outside when there's a bathroom readily available?
I'm kind of interested in your answer.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's you.
Okay, yeah, it is me.
Okay.
Yeah, I grew up in the county, I was out in the woods the whole time. Plus, I like to drink, so sometimes it just, I don't care.
Sometimes the mood just takes you. Is that what you're trying to say?
Have a couple drinks.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I like how Ryan says Dave. Yeah, everybody says Dave. The person most likely to have a urinary event is Dave. All right. Justin, that was good. We should actually play that game sometime. You guys play games. You should look into that. It's called Who's Most Likely to.
Oh, I'm gonna write that down because that's actually really good.
Who's most likely to. Yeah, that's
maybe
why
we'll do that Friday.
I only do this show to help write notes for Liberty Late Night.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I asked Dave for notes for It's Too Late, he says, well, if Dave's going to do notes, I do it for my own show. Fuck you, Dave.
If I was actually going to work on a show.
Yeah. Keith McQuarrie writes, Dear Alan and Dave, if cost were no object, what kind of vehicle would you drive? Dave, cost is no object. What's your go-to vehicle?
It'd probably be one of those big BMWs. I think I said this before, but yeah, I want something like comfy and big. I'm not into like the foreigns and all the sports cars and stuff like that. I'll kill myself in that. I just want something big enough to fit me and comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I used to, like, if you had asked me maybe a few years back this question, I would have probably said, like, I don't know, like a Dodge Viper GT or something I'm going to kill myself in. Yeah, exactly so. But now that I'm the ripe old age of 37, I realize I want one of those, like, big luxury sedans where you can just take a nap and the car just takes you to your destination and you can, like, get up and go to the study and read some books and... Actually, I tell you what, I wish we had this. I wish we had one of those huge, like, RVs, like one of those modern RVs that's like bigger than a tour bus, and it has like a full size bathroom and kitchen and bedroom and all that stuff in it. And we'll just like build a makeshift studio in there, and we'll tour the country, making podcasts.
Ooh.
I don't know. Oh, yeah. Take a look at that. What was that?
Oh, let me bring that back. Hold on a second.
What is that?
That is a Bentley. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay. So Keith, there we are. We're gonna grab up.
I think we both agree.
Yeah. we'll be pulling that behind our RV, the Bentley.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, towing it behind. And have somebody else drive the RV. I don't want to do that either.
Yeah, I don't want to do that either. Maybe Keith will though.
There we go.
Okay. Keith seems like the kind of guy. Yeah, he's the kind of guy who can like get it together, so he'll also drive the RV. All right. Tim Weissong writes, Dear Alan and Dave, you have won a 1-week vacation giveaway from some local radio station. With the kicker, you may only go somewhere within 1 hour of where you currently live. Where are you vacationing? Where are you guys going, Dave, for like a getaway?
I didn't see this one.
What the hell is that, Dave?
Oh,
what are you doing?
Still that.
What?
There we go.
Jesus Christ!
I'm ruining the magic.
Yeah. Oh, you should have showed everybody your credit card and social security number, and
it's all up there now.
Our private chat where you constantly use racial epithets towards me. And
oh, what's the name of that place? It's I think it's towards New York or something. It's like something on the lake, but it's like this little camping type village. I can't think of it, but yeah, it'd be camping on the lake because that'd be like within an hour.
Okay, so quick update. Carl says he'll drive because that's what he does for a living anyway. So Carl's driving the RV.
Oh yeah, he's used to driving those big.
Yeah.
Marion, Geneva on the lake.
So is that within 1 hour of where you guys are?
I'm pretty sure, yeah. Easy.
Okay, because it'd be really sad if it's like an hour and 7 minutes and you guys have to vacation like at a rest stop.
I'd lose everything.
Man, I mean, the only like big destination within an hour of where I am is Nashville, and it's like I've been there, so you know.
yeah, did that.
Yeah, I mean, Nashville's the place you go for a specific event. Like maybe you're gonna go see a game or a concert, more likely than not a concert. But like, I don't know what I would do for a whole week in Nashville. I mean,
just get a really nice hotel and don't leave it.
Yeah, I mean, you mostly just do drugs and alcohol for a week in Nashville, I guess. That's about it.
The country starts.
I mean, if you're like an outdoorsy type, you want to go like hunting or fishing, there's a ton of places you can go.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I could find somewhere within an hour of here to hunt the most dangerous game. That's actually also Nashville, though. We just do that in Nashville. Yeah. But on the other side of the tracks. So Lyle Durio writes, Dear Alan and Dave, how much does it cost to fill up a tank of electricity in your area? Actually, Lyle, this for real. In my immediate area, we don't even have any of those things. Like the battery charging stations for electric vehicles. We don't even have those here.
I think I might have seen one at a hotel.
Like sometimes I'll see people driving around in Teslas and stuff, and I'm like, where are they going?
Yeah.
There are none here. You have to go.
Hope
you
it's
have
not
to
too
go
far.
Yeah, you have to go up to like Franklin or something or Nashville to get those. They don't have those here. So I don't know. I mean, obviously, if you own one at home, you can get one of those home charging stations, but we don't have them around. So gas is down though. Gas is down to like $3.19. I don't know what it is up there.
Not that low. Can't remember what it was last. Couldn't tell you.
This is riveting fucking entertainment, isn't it?
It is.
When we just talk about what's gas like up there.
Yeah.
Where y'all going on vacation?
How about this weather?
Yeah. It is it is not hot. How not hot is it?
Mary knows.
Okay. Darren Neal writes, Dear Alan and Dave, of all of the generations still alive, which has collectively done the most harm to liberty? Okay.
Oh.
So I'm not yelling at you, Darren. I'm just saying, just in general, these questions are bait. Because first of all, you literally have the word collectively in the question, and I don't think in collective terms. I think in individualist terms. So even though we all know the answer is boomers, I'm going to be nice and not say boomers are the most responsible, because you can't just take a whole group of people and say you guys are collectively to blame for X, because there's individuals who are mostly to blame for X, right?
Yes, definitely. And then it's all of those individuals.
Like even though there's certain individuals that all look the same, that only make up like 10% of them. Okay. Brian Johnson writes, Dear Alan and Dave, what was the second job you ever had? Dave, not your first job. What was your second job?
Second job. I'm pretty sure it was Kmart. I was a stock boy at Kmart. Worked back in the shipping area. Yeah, receiving.
Oh, they kept you out of sight then.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, every once in a while I'd take a box out and set it to whoever sets up the shelves. I actually got mugged carrying a box of Hot Wheels. Not really mugged, but he's like, can you set that down and let me go through that right now? I thought that was weird. Those guys are crazy.
My second job was actually working at a radio station.
That makes sense.
Yeah, WKOM. Yeah, so I actually was the guy that would come in and run the UT games and stuff on the weekends.
Neat.
Like if you're listening to the college football game on the radio, and then because there's two different sets of commercials. There's the local commercials, and then there's like the national commercials. And so all the national stuff is just coming off of a big like satellite feed, right? But the local stuff you have to pop in there, because if you don't, then there's just dead air. So yeah, I worked at a radio station. It was really cool. But that was far enough back in time that like they had computers, but actually like most things still ran monologue, and a lot of stuff was still running off of carts that like were shoved into slots and played little tapes, and you had to like, you know, turn the volume up on that, turn the volume down on the national broadcast, and then turn yours down, turn the national broadcast up. Yeah, it's kind of cool, but thank God it's updated now to the point that you just click a button, you know.
Yeah.
On a totally
Did you
random.
talk at all?
Oh no, they don't want you doing that. Like they don't want you doing that. I mean, I was only like 16. They didn't want some 16-year-old dude who's banging his girlfriend in the back to have the microphone turned on. Like they don't want that.
No bueno.
Yeah. Then I wind up like that guy on Vice. Excuse me. This is not Mary. This is from D3. D3 asks, Dear Alan and Dave. Oh, excuse me, Dear Alan and Dad. When he starts calling you Dave, that's how you know he doesn't respect you anymore. So it's Dear Alan and Dad. Do you have a favorite tie?
Oh.
Do you have a favorite tie?
Well, I mean, I guess it would be the Bills tie that I have. I like that one. It's the only one that stands out. The rest of them are just, you know, normal ties. I like this one. Goes with this orange shirt, which I also like.
Yeah, that's a good tie. I have several different, like I have a couple of different like ties for each different like color shirt and like vest combination that I have. My favorite one is I have a black, orange, and white one that I try to wear every single episode that we have someone from the 10th Amendment Center on. Now you know that funny little insider baseball thing that whenever attack is on, I'm wearing the orange and white tie. Yeah, that's probably my favorite. I also had like a blue one with like little white diamond prints on it that I really like that time. It looks very professional. But I only wore it with my gray suit and white shirt, and that's my fat suit. I can't wear it anymore. It looks like I'm wearing my dad's suit now if I wear it. So I got to do something. I need a new suit. Nothing fits anymore. Yeah.
So support the show.
Yeah, right? We, like, look, if we can't raise enough money for the suit, we're definitely not going to raise enough money for the RV and the...
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Aim for the eagle.
Aim for the eagle?
Yeah, isn't that aim for the eagle?
You should wait till your son's a little bit older before you're...
Oh.
Yeah. And finally tonight, Mary Lynn Wilimowski writes, Dear Alan and Dave, have you ever had fondue? Dave, why won't you get this woman some fondue?
I swear that we've had fondue before. Like I think we had some little fondue pot, like in our first apartment. I'm thinking this could be a dream, but I don't think it was a fountain. It was just a little pot. So I'm pretty sure I had fondue before.
Isn't it just a pot of cheese?
Yeah, you dip things in cheese.
Yeah. So how is that different than just nachos?
It's fancier. You dip like different things in it.
Is Mary a hipster?
She can be, but not really. No.
We'll have to ask her.
Yeah. Get to the bottom of this.
Oh, Mary says it was chocolate. You guys had a chocolate fondue instead of a cheese one because you guys love diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you know that the diabetes guy, he's dead now, but when he was alive, yeah, he died years ago. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't think he died of diabetes, though. Anyway, he had the same birthday as me.
Neat.
Yeah, Wilford Brimley and me and Avril Lavigne all have the same birthday.
The trifecta.
Yeah, we're basically the same person, me and Avril Lavigne and Wilford Brimley.
Never seen you in the same room.
Certainly haven't. All right, guys. We're going to be back to talk about all this Nordstream Pipeline news and what it could mean for the future right after this commercial break. Don't go away. Your ad could be playing right now, reaching thousands of potential customers. Sadly, it's not, but it could be. Find out how to be an advertised sponsor for It's Too Late with Alan Mosley. Email us at info@alanmosley.tv. Wow, Dave took a lot of estrogen during the commercial break. No, my bad. No, we're joined by the one and only Mary Lynn Wilimowski. Mary, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm well. I got new glasses today, so I'm excited.
I'm really excited that you could be here because we have a very cheerful segment coming up, and so I'm glad you could take part in it. But before we do that, guys, let me tell you about tonight's other sponsor. That's Tennessee Hot Sauce, which you can find at tnhotsauceco.com. I've actually got some right here. Check this out. This is the ginger jalapeno. Check this out over here on the side. Ginger jalapeno is personable.
It is.
So if you don't want to have an event, then you eat the ginger jalapeno, which you can get at Tennessee Hot Sauce Company, which is tnhotsauceco.com. You guys met Danny from Tennessee Hot Sauce Company and tried his different hot sauces and stuff. Yeah. I'm glad you guys could be here to testify to that I don't just make these things up. Like, I didn't print that out and just slap it on some Tabasco. This is real life.
Your fake sponsors.
Chris talked to him and got to eat
Oh,
taste
yeah.
the hot sauces too. Yeah, he enjoyed it.
Chris is y'all's guy who just tries everything, right? Like he's not afraid to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good. That's the opposite of how most little kids are, where it's like, they want McDonald's, they don't want anything else. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, and then they grow up to be Wilford Brimley. Yeah. This segment's not about Wilford Brimley. So, all right. So anyway, you might have seen. Well, first of all, before we get to the serious stuff, this week was my birthday. This is the 5th birthday I've had while doing this godforsaken show. Do we have a picture of me for my birthday?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there he is. I swear to God, that's me.
Yeah.
I swear to God it is. I've been told that that's me.
By your handlers? That was your backstory?
Yeah. The people who claim to be my family told me that that's me when I was little. Did you notice how like my hair was like sandy blonde?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
And I was all like bright-eyed and optimistic. Now just cold and dark. Yeah. Is
Dead
that
inside.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't gonna say thanks, Mary. We're gonna talk a little bit. You guys might have seen the news. This whole Nordstream pipeline leak thing. We actually have a picture of it right here. Take a look at this. Is what was circulating over the news from everybody. So what that is that is gas that is coming out of the Nord Stream pipelines that have apparently been sabotaged. Now, I don't want to jump to conclusions and say that we know for absolutely certain that is the case. But these pipelines are not like, these are not like your pipes in your toilet running across the floor of the ocean. These are enormously huge and powerful pipelines with something like a couple of inch thick steel and then supported by like another few inches of concrete or something crazy like that. There are these huge pipes running underground. The Nord Stream 2 pipeline actually wasn't even pumping anything. That's been shut down ever since the event in Ukraine. But I believe the Nord Stream 1 pipeline was still pumping gas, and that's what you see barreling out into the ocean right there.
Oh.
Now, this raises some very interesting questions. Some reports, particularly from European nations in and around the Baltic Sea, have said it does not appear to, there's just no way this was an accident. It appears that it was sabotage. Now, Dave, if you and I decided we were going to sabotage the Nord Stream pipeline, that might prove to be a little bit more challenging than our skills can possibly, require, because you'd have to get down to the floor of the sea and then crack through this industrial pipeline in multiple places, by the way. So there's more than a few people, official state people from various countries around the globe saying this was sabotage. We know that for a fact. It's just a matter of who could have done it. This isn't a simple terrorism act. Al-Qaeda doesn't have a submarine.
No, I don't think so.
They're not going down to... They certainly don't have one in the Baltic Sea. They're not going down there to So how did this come to be? Now, some people in the Western press are already saying it must have been Putin. Vladimir Putin did it. This was all some sort of Russian scam to hurt Europe even more with the upcoming winter season. Now, guys, it's Russia's pipeline that is controlled by Germany so that the gas is going from mainland Russia into Germany to supply the rest of Western Europe with energy. It's Russia's pipeline. They make money from selling energy to other countries. Why would Russia bomb their own pipeline? Especially, by the way, that if their goal was to shut the pipeline down, they could just turn it off because it's theirs. They have the valves. They could just turn it off. Yeah. The next thing is that, well, it belongs, I guess, technically to Germany because that's where the pipeline is heading to. And I think it's going through like some Danish territorial waters and this, that, and Poland's involved as well. And there's a lot of talk about, well, when you're trying to get down to the bottom of something like this, let's put our detective caps on. We think about opportunity, and you'd have to be someone with some serious resources to be able to pull this off at all. But you also think of motive, right? Motive plus opportunity. So who benefits from doing this who could threaten to do it in the first place. I want you to take a look at this first clip right here from American President Joe Biden in response to what would happen if Russia invades Ukraine. Take a look.
If Russia invades, that means tanks or troops crossing the border of Ukraine again. Then there will be no longer a Nord Stream 2. We will bring an end to it.
How will you do that exactly, since the project and control of the project is within Germany's control?
We will, I promise you, we'll be able to do that.
Wow.
I mean, it's hard not to read between the lines right there, right? But if you think that's just a fluke from old Dementia Joe just speaking out of turn, because goodness knows he's made a lot of statements recently where the official White House then corrects the president on what he meant to say. Here's Secretary of State Victoria Nuland. Listen to this.
With regard to Nord Stream 2, we continue to have very strong and clear conversations with our German allies, and I want to be clear with you today. If Russia invades Ukraine, one way or another, Nord Stream 2 will not move forward.
One way or another. Those were her words. One way or another. What does that mean? And so you fast forward to now, and the pipeline's been sabotaged, and methane gas is pouring into the Baltic Sea. I don't know. Again, I'm going to let the viewers reach their own conclusions on this one, but I'm certainly willing to say that if you're thinking about things like opportunity, motive, a lot of those tend to point in the direction of the United States. And you have people in the West pointing their fingers at Russia, which again, the motive, the opportunity just doesn't make a lot of sense there. So then you start to ask questions like, well, who benefits? Like, if you were going to do this, who would pay you to do it? Like, who would benefit from this having taken place? Now, of course, one of the biggest competitors to energy reaching Western Europe just recently launched, and I think that was actually going through Poland, which they're trying to shove into to NATO, by the way. Funny how that works out. At the same time that the Nord Stream pipelines are now out of commission. This is also happening at the same time where you have the whole of Europe betting on a mild winter. They're betting on a mild winter because they know that there's going to be shortages of energy. There's going to be rationing. We've already seen the reports of utility prices spiking 8, 9, 10 times the normal cost. And we ain't in winter yet, folks. Wait a few months. Then we'll see what those prices look like. I named tonight's episode our Ferdinand Moment because that was something that was really going through my mind when I saw this coming up in the news. As soon as I saw the reports,
that reference.
Yeah, great. Something that immediately popped into my mind when I saw all this Nord Stream sabotage news coming up was, if World War III were to kick off sometime in this next generation, this is one of the things that we will look back on. Historians will look back in that lead up to war, and they'll point at this moment, and they'll say, this was a needless and dangerous provocation of one side against another that ultimately led to violence. Which then brings us to something else that I kind of wanted to talk about to wrap up the show tonight, which is there's radical feminists out there that think that your daughter should be drafted if your sons can be drafted. And here we are, people like us thinking, well, the draft is slavery, so how about instead of my daughter being drafted, we just don't draft any of my children? Yeah. I really wanted to talk to you guys because your children are still very young. And we're very fortunate that there is no draft right now. And hopefully there never will be again. Hopefully there'll never be a reason for the state to say we need more cannon fodder. Mm-hmm. But you see stuff like that in the news and you can't help but think, what are they doing? What are they doing? All this gamesmanship, they call it. One side or the other saying, well, we won't be afraid to use nuclear weapons. Oh, yeah, well, we wouldn't be afraid to either. Some people were calling out Russian officials for saying that they wouldn't be afraid to use nuclear weapons if fired upon. And they were saying that they were the ones being provocative. Wait, they're the ones being provocative for saying if you nuke us, we'll nuke you back? How about you don't threaten to nuke them in the first place? And then maybe there would be... Cool. We can only hope that cooler heads prevail. I see D3 saying draft ? In the comments. Don't worry, D3, you'll find out. I hope he doesn't. But for folks like you guys, you have 3 young children. One not quite as young as he used to be, and the 2 older ones being boys.
Mm-hmm.
Is this stuff that you guys think about of, well, what are we going to do if our young ones are teenagers and we're just trying, they're getting ready to graduate high school. They're thinking about the rest of their lives. And you start seeing in the news, hey, here's your number. You need to register. What do you guys think about that?
I don't like to think about that.
I'll lose my you know what?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hope cooler heads prevail. I don't know what you do about that.
No, I don't want any of my kids being drafted.
Go to Canada? Is that what you do?
Girls or boys? I don't care. No one should be forced into that. That's garbage. And I will. Night Mary will come out.
Yeah, she always threatens to cut off fingers.
I'll cut everybody's fingers off. You can't shoot a gun.
Well, I can tell you
sorry,
from
but it's
firsthand
real good.
experience that's painful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I whatever it takes. No. I'm not gonna let the government steal my children.
I mean, it's definitely one of those things, right, where a topic we covered on the show back in the old days was where you draw your line in the sand. And I try not to carry myself as if I have all the answers, that this is what you should think, this is where your line should be. I'd rather people, like, that's a conclusion you have to draw for yourself, right? Like, maybe my line in the sand is if I can't get Banana Nut Cheerios, then I bomb the federal building. Maybe your line in the sand is a little bit further than mine.
Yeah.
They were so good, though. But and this was a question a lot of people were asking right at the onset of the whole lockdown mandate era that we went in. That if they say, hey, you need to bring your children to this address, we're going to pump them up full of drugs. Is that the line? Would you draw the line there? If yes, great. If no, would the line be, hey, here's your number. Oh, they called your number on the TV, Davey. So anyway, there's the bus that goes to the camp. Where do you draw the line?
When they mess, like tried like forcing that on my kids, I mean, if they were to say like you have to get your kid vaccinated, or like you have to do this, I would need to think about where we would go.
Yeah.
Because I'm
So
not
obviously
gonna
it's
let
not
them...
a free country anymore.
Yeah.
But where would you go?
And I have
Probably
no
Mexico,
idea,
I
but
guess.
I'm not gonna just be like, okay, go ahead. And definitely don't take my children to war because you decided you felt like going to war. Send your own kids.
Yeah,
Politicians.
right.
There's enough politicians. They can send their own kids, send their families. They believe in it so much they can do that themselves.
Well, I see some people talking in chat about how, in the past people have said, well, we would have our passports in order and we would try to be proactive, and we thought if it was going to get that bad, we'd leave the country. But obviously if your answer is leave the country, then it's like, okay, but where?
Yeah.
Where are you going? I know you guys are obviously closer to the northern border. Maybe I'm a bit closer to the southern border. But with the way Canada is looking in the Trudeau era, is that where you're going to go? Is that better?
No. Where is there to go?
That's what I was thinking. That's what, when they had those
underground.
They're going to do the mandates for work, and everybody's like, not everybody, but it's like I'm just going to quit or whatever, or let them fire me. And it's like, where are you going to go? Even then, maybe start your own business. That ain't easy, but eventually they're going to get you. So even if you go to Canada, I don't think that's a good option. Mexico?
But I'm not.
But that's why we're building a wall, though.
Oh yeah. I'm not letting them take the kids to war, though.
Yeah.
Like no.
Yeah. I mean, because that's that's ultimately the kicker. Is I saw there was an interesting poll that was conducted on Twitter the other day, where people were asking if this came to fruition, if all of these events, if we are witnessing the build up to war before our very eyes, then what side of things would you fall on? And in the options being, that you'd be a good patriotic American and you would accept the rationing and you send your kids off to war and you're going to fight for the red, white, and blue. And people saying that, well, actually, I blame the American empire for this and I would side with, the Ruskies, which that's not better. I mean, that's not better. I'd go to Canada. I'd go to Mexico. I'd go to whatever. And a lot of people answering the poll were anti-war, and that's great. I'm glad that they are, but we've also seen time and time again that even though you may have a population full of people that say we're against war, the interventions have gone on too long, let's shut down Iraq, let's shut down Afghanistan, all that, but it's so easy for people to get whipped back up into that frenzy again.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember it's easier today to say that those things were wrong than to be post 9/11 standing up saying, "Oh yeah, I don't support any of this." I remember walking up and down the halls of my high school and people saying, "I'm going to go join the military," and did you see? Oh, we're going to war. USA, USA. Did you see those cool videos of those cruise missiles? And I'm like, guys, no. Like, so first of all, those kill people. It's like the llamas. Those kill people. And here I am, like 16 years old, telling people like they don't have magical shrapnel that only hit enemy combatants. Like, people die when these things happen, and innocent people always get caught in the middle when these things happen. And you should have a little bit of empathy for it. And so a country who's been through the world wars, a country who's been through Korea, a country who's been through Vietnam, you would think would know a little bit better. But then when the terror wars came along, it was right back to a fever pitch. I guess it's just the black-pilled cynic in me that says that if we woke up tomorrow and there was some type of genuine military strike that caused one major nation in this world or another to declare war, and all of a sudden lines were being drawn down the center, I hate to say it, but I'm willing to bet north of 95% of America would be like, all right, let's do it. Wartime, let's go. I support the troops. I bet we'd be right back where we were.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd have your friends and neighbors saying, oh, they want to keep their kids out of it. Well, look at you. Think you're so special. Well, my kid went off to go fight for our freedoms, not yours, And I'm just like...
In Ukraine?
Yeah, in Ukraine. In Kiev.
What are they doing there? What's my freedoms doing there?
I don't know. So I'm trying to be more optimistic these days, but I'll be honest with you. I'm seriously concerned about some of the news we're reading right now. I really am. I could see a scenario where no sooner than the Taliban is trying out all their new gear that we left them in Afghanistan, we're just shifting focus to Eastern Europe to start it all over again. And so I think about like the next generation. Thank God I just turned 37, so I'm just an old fogey who's no good to the military anymore. But what about the next generation?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm glad you read the news. I can't stomach it.
Yeah, I was glad to learn about this Nordstream
Pipeline. Yeah.
Yeah, there was like no memes about it, just a picture of some bubbles, and I'm like, what's going on here?
It's all right. D3 will tell you about it when
show.
he gets an up close look at it.
No.
Well, so there's this quote, not to be like a huge freaking nerd. There's this quote from Lord of the Rings, the actual books, not the movie. Where when they're talking at the Council of Elrond, this is something that Gandalf says, and the question is, what would we do? Like they're saying, presume we destroy the ring and Sauron is defeated. Then what? What do we do next? And his answer was, other evils there are that may come. Yet it is not our part to master all the tides of the world, but to do what is in us for the succor of those years wherein we are set, uprooting the evil in the fields that we know, so that those who live after may have clean earth to till. What weather they shall have is not ours to rule. And I love that quote because it makes a lot of sense that, and that's why I'm glad you guys are here to talk about this, because I know you have kids, and particularly a couple of boys, that you want to have them have a better life than you had. Like, that's the natural gut instinct of every parent. But you also can't fight all their battles for them either. And so when you're here in the now, you want to try to make their lives as best as you could make it, and you want to try to leave the world better than how you found it. But you also know that you won't be there one day, and they're going to have their own dragons to slay. That's going to be in their time, and that's going to be their battles to fight for their kids. But this is different, though, isn't it? Like, this is one that, no, they're still my kids, and I'm not going to allow this. I'm not going to let this happen. And it's so easy for us to sit here and say, well, if everybody just got together and said they weren't going to fight, then there wouldn't be wars. Yeah, well, fuck off. That's never going to happen. That's not real. That's not real life. People get brought up into the fury of war, and we're right back to it. I told you this was going to be a really positive, upbeat segment we were going to do.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling good.
So we have to all find a place in Mexico that we're going to go.
Yeah.
A meeting spot to stay.
Yeah.
There we go.
We'll set up our cartel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. Whatever. Name it.
Yeah. Well, it's not going to be Columbia, Tennessee, because everybody around here is going to tie the ribbons on their trees and be ready for war. It's what they do. You know, it reminds me, I wrote that one article that I wrote that was a whole big thing about John Harlan Willis, who was the Medal of Honor recipient during World War II, that was from Columbia, Tennessee. And I know a lot of people would say, well, World War II was different, to which I would reply, was it? I don't know. It's so easy for people to justify in hindsight. Oh, well, you know, everyone's gotta pay their $1.05. Like, really? Is that what we're just gonna go with every single time when they come for your kids? Is it gonna be, oh, well, you know, we all have to do it?
No.
Bye, son. Good luck. Yeah, I'd say no, absolutely not. But with John Harlan Willis, for people that don't know that story, I'll tell it really quick before we take our final break here. He actually went to my high school. He went to Columbia Central High School. And when he was 17 years old, because he wasn't even 18 yet, he lied about his age, joined the Navy, I think it was, and he was going to be a combat medic because he wanted to go to medical school. And he went to Iwo Jima out in the Pacific, and his commendation for when he won the medal, it reads like out of an action movie. So they're sitting here trying to assault this position, this hill that the Japanese are dug in on, and they're just getting shot to pieces. And he gets hit by shrapnel. So he just takes a casual stroll back to the medical tent, because that's what you do when you got hit by shrapnel. And before they give him the go-ahead to head back to the front, he checks himself out of the hospital. He goes back to the front. And he dives into a bunker, a foxhole, where some Marines are pinned down, and they're all injured. And he's trying to give them plasma to keep them alive. And the Japanese start throwing grenades into the foxhole. They threw 8 grenades back at him, and he threw 7 of them back before the 8th one killed him. And they awarded him the Congressional Medal of Honor. And they've got all the citation of why he won it, and they've got this picture of Harry Truman awarding the medal to his widow, and she's sitting there holding his baby that never got to meet his dad. And they make it out to be this big, proud moment. And it's like, would you rather have that plaque and the medal in your living room, or would you rather have your son?
Right.
We can't do this anymore.
I agree.
So I'm not trying to pressure you guys to start like a guerrilla movement to attack the federal government. I'm just saying that it's gonna require people saying you can't have my children. Period.
Right. Yep.
Well, I'm glad you agree.
I like to think that other people feel that way too, you know, but I know what you mean. They're gonna say, "Oh, but go fight for our country," you know, and it's like, no.
Well, Mary, on that note, we're gonna get you out of here on this one.
Hey, thanks.
Oh.
Oh no.
I forgot about this.
Ah, crap.
Is mayonnaise a spread?
Can you define spread?
Is that allowed?
No, I cannot.
In a sentence? Can you use it in a sentence? I mean, yeah, like, I mean, I don't know. It's a condiment, I believe. To me, it is just like ketchup or mustard. You know, you put it on a sandwich. I don't know what you define a spread as, but if it's, I'm wrong anyway, so just hit the button.
No, okay, so it's a yes or no question, Mary. Is mayonnaise a spread?
Nice. I'm just going to say yes because you spread it on. How about that?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. Mayonnaise is not a spread. Butter, for instance, is a spread. Mayonnaise is not a spread. I thought you had it there for a second because you said, well, I think it's a condiment. And then no,
I think
you gave
it
it
is
away.
a condiment.
What prize did she not win, Dave?
A new wagon.
Oh,
it was a red rider or radio flyer, brand new garden wagon.
Well,
he had it downstairs.
Yeah. Better luck next time, guys. We're gonna be back to wrap up the show right after this commercial break. Don't go away.
If you're enjoying tonight's show, consider supporting the program by becoming a member of our Patreon. That's over at patreon.com/Alan Mosley.
Like our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Alan Mosley TV. You can follow me on Twitter. It's twitter.com/Alan Mosley TV. Subscribe to our YouTube page. It's youtube.com/Alan Mosley TV. We're also on Odyssey. Go and support a free speech platform. It's odyssey.com/Alan Mosley TV. If you're more of a listener than a watcher, you can get us on your favorite podcasting platform of choice. That's thanks to anchor.fm. It's anchor.fm/Alan Mosley TV. Dave, Mary, do you have a final thought?
Yeah, we need to eat some fondue together.
Oh.
Also, good show. Thanks for having me on.
Oh.
And I learned something today.
What's that?
I don't know. It's that Nordstream thing. So that's pretty cool.
Like, normally when he says, well, I learned something today, then he does a whole big, and you just say, you just look at me awkwardly.
That's just letting you know.
You just said, I learned something today, and then the credits just start.
Yeah.
Mary, where are you going? You not going to stick around for the after party?
I can. I just thought, I didn't know how long I was, invited to stay, yes.
Yeah, well, imagine our surprise. We didn't know what was going to happen tonight either.
Oh, what?
Yeah, right?
Never would have guessed.
Well, we gotta have the big birthday celebration in the after party, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Guys, thanks so much for listening to another episode of It's Too Late, and we will see you next week. Maybe in the after party, we'll tell everybody about the man grate.
The man grate. You've heard of the man grate, right?
You have?
No.
D3, you're gonna love Eastern Europe, dude.
I still don't understand how butter is a spread mayonnaise.
He'll probably get to tour Poland when he's on tour and like see the fatherland and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you can find some records and see where we came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Learn about the old country while he's fighting the Chicoms and the Ruskies. It'll be fine. I wouldn't worry.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now it's way too late with Alan Mosley. Oh, there he is.
Julio died. Joke?
Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. There we go.
Thanks, buddy.
We're supposed to entertain.
Coolio.
Did
You're
Coolio
dying.
really die? Coolio didn't die. I don't think Aaron would mess around about that.
Oh my gosh, he's dead and at 59. I didn't realize he was in his 50s. Oh shit, Coolio died.
Well, this night just keeps getting worse.
Wow. Oh no.
Is there a reason?
Julio died. It doesn't say.
Oh, maybe Aaron's got something.
Yeah.
He just sent me a message. Oh wait, we should.
Rippy to Coolio. Oh my gosh. Dave DM's not a joke, Mary. Oh man.
Scenes. Okay.
It's off to Amish Paradise.
There we go.
Oh,
I'm on the wrong screen. Let's go here.
oh, there we go. Oh, it's coming out of there too. Hear it, Dave.
Yeah, you do.
Oh. He's in Gangster Paradise, right?
Oh yeah, I was supposed to.
All right, I'm back. I'm back, everybody. I got my drink. I am so glad to be back. We can finally talk about how excited we are for Coolio coming on. It's too late here in just a few weeks. You guys didn't know that. We got Coolio coming on. I'm so excited.
Oh, he's committed?
Oh man.
Yeah. He told us just this past weekend he was coming on the show.
Dang.
Oh, that's nice.
I can't wait. Yeah.
It would have been awesome.
What
we
would have
some
been?
news.
What?
We have some bad news for you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Coolio has passed on at the age of 59.
He was 59?
I know, right? That's what I was like. What?
Yeah, black don't
59?
crack.
No.
I did get some more breaking news. This just came into my messenger.
Oh, look at that. Intact Russian passports found floating in the debris.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Intact.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're okay.
Paper floating in the water.
Good.
Intact.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Celeste.
Oh,
What?
man.
It sounds normal to me.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand that one. Oh, well.
Also, that meme was
Pearl's got
sent to me from Aaron.
school
I mean, that
shootings
news.
in Oakland.
What?
Dang.
Oh, mass shooting in Oakland,
Is our
California.
night just
Out of
going from
school.
bad to worse here? Oh, no. I mean,
Uh,
if it was in Oakland, it's probably better then. I was worried it was going to be like in a good place, like Whiteville.
I thought it was Oakland, Pittsburgh.
No.
Okay. How far away is our Philadelphia and Pittsburgh?
Pretty far, probably like 6 hours or something.
Well, no, we are about 6 hours from
But it's still
Philadelphia,
all the
but-
way across.
But they're southern, so they don't have
So it'd be like
much to
5.
drive. Let me
'cause-
Google it.
No, that's my
All right.
job.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, well, you do that while I work on this.
Oh, okay.
Third
Yeah, you
to-
have projects you were thinking about.
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
I don't do the window capture
5
thing.
hours.
I just steal it.
Yeah. So are there any
It is-
sorry.
It is 5
My
hours,
bad.
Dave.
5 hours?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hey,
And
that's
we
pretty
are
good.
6 hours and 40 minutes.
Any of our viewers in Florida with an update? What's going on down there? I doubt it.
Harry just marked himself safe and said everything's fine. So apparently, I think.
Well,
that's just-
didn't it totally miss him?
Well, it went way further south. Like it's like 100 miles south of him, but I mean, it's just gonna storm and rain a bunch.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's been raining here, man.
We need to get Alan
like
a
a
case
hurricane.
of Whipple.
Whipple.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's an inside joke from our podcast that we listen to.
Oh, okay.
It'll be on this Tuesday. I'll have some Whipple commercials.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Where's the video that I just? Oh, there it is. Here we go.
And
Yeah, I got a
we're
cousin
going
down
to
there. I think
read
she
jokes.
got
Read jokes.
hit
I thought you were
from
going to talk
pretty
about
good.
this.
We're going to talk about the man. What about the man greats?
Is that like a genital cleanser?
No!
They're funny.
No, my God. What is the man great, you ask?
Okay.
Huh?
What is the name?
Fine. I didn't, but
You didn't ask. It is 100% made in America. Cast iron grilling grates.
Iron. You don't pronounce it iron.
That's what everybody tells me.
It's the iron horse. Like Lou Gehrig was the iron horse of baseball.
Yes.
The word I-R-O-N is iron. No, iron.
Cast iron.
iron?
Cast iron grilling grates that are
You're kidding when you say iron?
You know what? Don't be like fucking Larry King. That motherfucker, I say iron, and he's up my asshole for fucking 4 days.
It should be iron. That's what makes English the world's toughest language.
Yeah?
You know, right? Sure.
It is the
Because
toughest language.
to
To me,
learn.
it's the easiest. Man, great. Great. Have you heard of the man great?
Yes, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear about it?
On Adam Carolla's podcast.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that? Do you have a father? Man great is the perfect gift for this Father's Day. Is he alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. 100% made in America. If he was dead, it would have been a really bad moment in the commercial. Your dad's alive?
No.
Fuck. God damn it. I'm sorry about your dad.
That's fine.
Your father's dead. But you have children. You are a father.
Yes, and I'm not dead.
Yes.
Maybe you'll give me one. And
I'll give you one. Is your mom still alive?
My mom?
Yeah.
No, she's dead.
Jesus Christ, is any of your relatives fucking alive? It's man great. They're revolutionizing the way people grill. What, Adam Egan? It's true. You haven't heard of the revolution? You can put chicken on this or steak. That's not that unique. It has heavy duty grilling grates. Why are you laughing? You think the grilling grates are flimsy?
These are very heavy.
Yes, no, but that's part of the charm. It weighs a lot of pounds.
Is that heavy?
Yeah. Listen, man, what was that fucking Vegas story?
Shit.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
What is in that?
Again. It's revolutionizing the way people grill.
Jesus.
What?
I thought it was like a, all right.
You want to hear what it has?
Yeah.
It has heavy-duty grilling grates. Listen. No more dry meat. What do you think of that?
Good. You want your meat juicy?
Oh, come on now. Don't make it sound like a fucking fat, plumpy, delicious cock. No more flare-ups. You know, in your barbecue, there's always big flare-ups. It was named one of 2012's best grilling accessories. There's more fucking facts about the man grate than about Nick. Why are you laughing? You're making a mockery out of the man grate. Chicken, steak, has never tasted so good. Hey, how about this?
This is how
Each
Alan wants to
Norm
do our
Macdonald show order comes with a heavy-duty grilling brush.
Our sponsors are going to love us.
Jesus.
You don't want to put that on your not dry meat.
Look at that. Those things are dirty.
No.
That's from the iron.
Are you sure?
Yes. Well, it's not from my cock.
What?
I just went to the bathroom. You say cock so much.
I'm coming in your butt.
Oh my God. Well, listen, man. Hey,
Your mouth is my toilet.
again. This commercial is like a mini-series. Are you a jingoist? 100% made in America. 100% cast iron. Mangrove.com. Thank you, Andy. That's yours. You just threw your own going away present with contempt to the floor. That was our only sponsor.
Oh, yeah, and you lost.
Yeah, now we found out we lost Man Great as a sponsor. And then earlier today, I think we were told legally we can't say we lost them as a sponsor even.
Yeah, I think we were still waiting to find out if we were allowed to say that.
But anyways,
Fuck
that
it,
was
who cares?
Schwartzen.
We lost them.
That was Nick Schwartzen that fucked it all up.
One of your lesser-known...
All right, Dave, what have you got there? Look at that.
Oh yeah, I'm on
It's
I'm on
the Man Grate.
mangrate.com. Look at that. Those are heavy duty.
Yeah. Heavy duty grilling grates.
Look at that.
Yeah. We have to
American made.
Yeah.
It's a grilling tool.
I'm really excited for whoever our next sponsor is. That's all I'm saying.
We have ideas.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah. Anyway.
We need to
Well,
make
you
that
guys
commercial.
you guys know Michael from Pat Crest Botanicals, so
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do. We had him on our show.
yeah, there you go. So that's who
Great
you'll
stuff.
have to that's who you'll have to talk to when he calls up the show and says we've lost our sponsor. Yeah. Yeah, so Mary D3 was down here earlier, and he was wanting to be our next sponsor, but he thinks he was under the impression that if he's our sponsor, we pay him.
Mm-mm.
He thinks that to be our sponsor, we pay him for the right to say his name.
No.
Yeah,
Nope.
that's what D3 thinks.
Well, we know that.
Yeah.
He's new, but he's learning.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
that's not how it goes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me and my friend were talking about those. What are the flat grills now that everybody has?
Oh, the Firestone. Nope. Is it
The
Firestone?
grill?
Flatstone. No.
The Flatstone grills
No,
now.
it's not Flatstone.
Everybody's doing. They don't want man grates anymore. They want.
Called
Mm-hmm.
Isn't it Flatstone?
not Flatstone. It's something stone.
I don't know. But anyway,
D-
Frank has one.
D3 says, I'll give you 25 cents to shout out the LLN server. Well, you're going to have to give me a little bit more information than that. I feel like if I just say, check out the LLN server, no one's going to know where to go.
Oh, you got to be careful with that.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. We don't want a Blackstone. Thank you.
Blackstone,
Celeste.
that's what it
Thank
was.
You.
I knew it sounded like that.
D3, I've been trying to give Liberty Late Night a
I'm okay
free
with that,
commercial
Ryan.
for 4 years.
We're working on it. We're
I
still
don't know
still
how to
storyboarding
make
it.
it. I
We're
don't know.
storyboarding it. It's going through the levels.
Mhm.
You know.
We had to have a meeting first.
Yeah,
Got out the
production meeting.
whiteboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Mahari started doing that. We started on Tuesdays. We have a production meeting for sports ball that's on Thursday, so that we both are at least vaguely aware of what we're going to do.
Well,
we do that too. We got a solid
Yeah.
like 15 minutes
Yeah.
before the show to figure out what I screwed up technically, and then. Oh wait, there's another update. Let me get this.
Another update. What?
Yeah,
What?
OBS. Let me.
Oh
I'm
no!
gonna
Don't
I'm gonna
update
install
OBS.
this real quick.
You're going to install
No,
it. Yeah, install the OBS update while we're streaming. See what happens.
Nothing good will come of it.
Yeah. Wabi Sabi
I don't
says,
know how
are you talking about those big hibachi things?
Yeah.
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 Like,
Is it-
do they come with the two things, the two flippers? Because it's like that reminds me of the hibachi. Like
Yeah, but it's also like what you did at work.
yeah.
You know, when you worked at.
I could
at
work
the
that grill real good.
I like what Wabi Sabi says that D3 is going to make a commercial like, want to play Minecraft? Don't like griefers? Want a community with a farm of fucking everything?
You know, yeah.
Yeah, you all make
You have
all
so
the
much to
farms.
learn.
There's so many farms. I don't know how to farm anything. I just decorate.
You can farm people
Mm-hmm. The frick chamber.
in the frick chamber.
See, I'm trying to cut down the people population in our game.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. They come in useful later.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
What are we?
Hey, I gotta
are-
say this. Can I
go ahead.
interrupt you?
Yes.
Happy belated birthday, Alan. Your birthday
Oh,
was yesterday.
yeah.
Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
Another year closer to the
And
end, as
forget the
Dave said.
Minecraft stuff. Did you do anything fun?
Did I do anything fun? No. No, just
Are you not allowed to talk about it?
allowed to talk about it. Yeah, I got to run it by my lawyer 'cause I don't know what we're able to share with litigation pending. Yeah, no, I mean, we went out to eat for my birthday and didn't really do
Where
a whole
did you
lot.
go? Where did you go to eat?
I got a
Ponchos?
single birthday card right here.
Oh.
That says happy birthday on it. And on the inside it says
Did you get money? I didn't see any money fall out.
No, there's no money. It says love you AKG. To which I responded, "Oh, so you couldn't actually write me a special note."
Wow.
Just
No.
That's
And then when she had the audacity to say, "What are you complaining about your birthday card?" I said, "And you couldn't even write out your whole
Shut
name."
up!
Yeah.
Silly woman.
She just writes her initials. Couldn't even write her whole name out.
That means that she loves you.
Oh,
she's comfortable with you.
Yeah.
I also get like one birthday card for my birthday, and it's from her mom.
Yeah.
Because she loves me.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but
Dave doesn't do cards, like, and so
No.
if I bought him a card, he'd be like, "Why the fuck did you spend your money on a card?"
Draw me a picture.
One time, Dave bought me a card, and I still have it. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, he bought me a card.
Was it for your birthday that I made you the Mary CD?
That was for Valentine's Day.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
Still dating. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
burned her a CD with a bunch of songs that all had Mary in the titles.
Oh,
It's
but
very
now that y'all aren't
eclectic.
dating anymore, he doesn't have to do any of that dumb shit. Yeah.
Now we're at that point.
And that's
now,
what she
though.
says too.
I feel like no, I love the CD. I do. I love it so much. But like we're at that point now. I didn't think when I was younger. I didn't think I saw my mom and dad, and it was like, oh, we just love each other, and you know what? Oh, your mom wanted this like earlier in the year, so that's her birthday present. And,
Yeah, that's like
so,
Christmas for us too.
And so I never thought we would get there, but we're there.
Yeah.
We're totally there.
It's like, what are we gonna get each other for Christmas? She wants something, I get it for her. If I need
it's
something,
like-
I get it for me.
And so, it's like, let's just like, I don't know, redo a room or something, or something like, let's buy something
yeah.
for the house or whatever. And it's like our
Let's get
present.
food.
Yeah.
Along Comes Mary was on there. I don't know if it was by the Bloodhound Gang though.
That might have been after that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we basically just go somewhere nice, get all dressed up, and go somewhere nice to eat, and then.
Didn't you go bowling?
Yeah, we went bowling on the weekend. Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
went bowling on the weekend. That's what we did on Sunday, and then on my
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
and then the
Your
actual birthday on Tuesday, we went out to. We did not go to Poncho's. Thank you very much.
Wow.
We go
That's
we
what
go to
everyone-
Poncho's
yeah.
all the time, so we didn't.
Yes, Aaron.
Yes, Aaron, it was.
Yeah, I know how to play that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And
Good song.
yeah, it is a cool song. But I mean, it's like it's 37's not like a milestone event, so
Yeah.
it's,
I understand.
yeah.
Where did you guys go to eat?
We went to a place called Jonathan's that's
Okay.
up in Spring Hill.
Not Outback.
No, we didn't go to Outback. We have our inside couples joke that we're going to go to Texas Roadhouse because we have this whole story about when she and I were living down in Orlando. We were going out to eat one night, and we decided we didn't want to like drive into the city. We were just going to eat somewhere near our apartment, and the drag, which leads to the airport, was down the road from our apartment, and one of the restaurants there was a Texas Roadhouse, and we had driven by it like 100 times and never gone there, and we were like, okay, this is it. This is going to be the time we're going to go to Texas Roadhouse. And so we so there was all this buildup, right? There's all this buildup. We're finally going. So we go to Texas Roadhouse. We get seated at a table. We both get menus. They take our drink orders, which is like a Coke and a water, and they bring us a basket of rolls, and we're sitting there looking at the menu, and she's looking at the menu, and it's one of those things where you can always tell a trip to a restaurant's not going to be a good one when you've already flipped every page of the menu to the back, and now you're going back to the front, having not seen anything.
You're settling.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no!
Because the perfect trip to a restaurant is you see like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things, and you're like, ooh, I bet that would be good. And now you have the arduous journey of picking one. This is the opposite of that, where you saw 0 things that looked appetizing to you, and you're settling on one. And so she looks at me, and I look at her, and I'm like, well, I mean, do you just want to go somewhere else? And so when the waitress comes back, I just say, yeah, I think we're just going to get the check. And of course, then the waitress is just pissed the fuck off because they're like, oh, well, I'm glad we seated these people for an order of $1.63, But Anna Kay said the rolls were pretty good
Yeah,
she
there's
had-
a lot of
are-
rolls comments. Yeah.
Yeah, she had a
The
couple of
rolls,
rolls,
the
and then we left.
honey butter.
Now I don't understand how you go to a steakhouse and there's steak. Like you didn't see the right steak.
Yeah, but their steak was garbo. Like, there's a ton of like hardcore amazing steakhouses in that area. Texas Roadhouse is not on the list. I love steak, but if I usually just I will buy a steak and prepare it at home and eat it. If I'm gonna go to a steakhouse to eat, so first of all, that's a very rare occasion because it's expensive. And it's extra expensive because I'm going to go somewhere where it's like, I'm not going to Logan's, all right? I'm going to like this city's premier steakhouse place. And
Do you have a sizzler?
no, we don't have a sizzler. No, not Ruth Chris. I'm talking like, so the best place I went to, and I've already forgot the name of it now. There's a place that's in Orlando that's a steakhouse that's like one of those places where it's only that one location. It's run by the family whose name is on the sign. It's been in business for like 134 years or something ridiculous like that. And we went there, and I swear to God, it's a front for the mob. Because there's like no one, there's nobody. Cause first of all, it looks like the old leather round like booths and like with the low light lamps on the walls.
All the seats are against the wall.
Yeah. And we go there, and there's like literally it's us and two other couples are the only people eating in this whole restaurant. And when it's the type of place where you order sides for the table, like you get like a steak and they get like an entree, but you get like a couple of sides that feed 2 or 3 people. And so I get a steak and like potatoes au gratin or something. Keep in mind, this is the type of place where if you're going to eat a steak and potatoes, that's like $200. And we're the only ones there. And so obviously I'm looking at the prices and I'm looking around the room like these people can't be in business serving 6 customers a night. It doesn't make sense. They'll go out of business. So it has to be
laundering.
the mob. Yeah, it's money laundering. But then they were so nice though that we told them that it was my birthday, and then they brought me a piece of chocolate cake for free and said happy birthday. And when I say a piece, like the piece of chocolate cake was as big as this keyboard. Like this was a piece of chocolate cake. So it was really good. It was the best steak I ever had. It was amazing. But I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go spend $200 for.
Is that down in Florida or is that?
No, that was down in Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a really good steak out. I had one.
Yeah, especially when you're paying that much, it better be good.
Yeah.
It's like if I can make it better at home, I don't want to pay $20 for a piece of meat.
I had one, and it was I don't know if ever you guys have a Firebirds, but we went to Firebirds once, and this was years ago, but I wanted to lick the plate at the restaurant. It was so good, and my potato just sat there, and I took a picture of my plate empty. And my friend was like, "So the potato wasn't tasty?" I'm like, I do not want to like ruin my palate with a potato. Like that steak was so good, but
like I went to a place that was it was like a jazz place that served steak down in Orlando, and like it's like that Wagyu beef or whatever, and I got the fillet, so it's like a cube of beef that's taller than it is wide, but you can cut it like cake.
That freaks me out.
You can cut it like cake with a fork. You don't need a knife.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, it was good. But again, that's like, it was actually cheaper than the other place I was telling you about, but it was expensive. It was like $150, something like that.
It's still so, yeah.
I said $20.
And now it's good.
Yeah. But I mean,
I'm paying $20 for a steak.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I mean, so I love steak, but like if I'm going to go out for steak, it's going to be a super special occasion and eat that steak. Otherwise, I'll buy a steak from the grocery store and come home with it.
Where did you guys end up going then after Texas Roadhouse? Do you remember?
Probably Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she loves...
Okay, so is that... Okay, that's
Yeah.
AK's, right? Like she
Yeah.
loves Chick-fil-A.
So A, she loves Chick-fil-A, and B, Chick-fil-A is like across the street from Texas Roadhouse. So there's a lot of times we went to Chick-fil-A and pointed and said, "Oh, look, it's Texas Roadhouse. We'll go there someday." And so now that we went through that whole thing of we actually finally went there and then ended up not actually eating there, now every single time we pass by a Texas Roadhouse, it's like, "Oh, look, there's Texas Roadhouse."
I love those
Yeah.
inside jokes, yeah.
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 So one of these days, we'll go back to a Texas Roadhouse.
You think so?
No, I don't. But
You're like, no, never. Unless you want some water and a soda and
Now, when you said Coke, did you actually have a Coke or did you have a Coke?
I mean, I had a Coke. So, yeah.
You should stop by Taco Bell.
No, I've never been. There's not one there. They do have a Chewy's down the street from Taco Bell. If you've ever been there.
Chewy's.
Yeah.
It's weird. I wonder the difference between our Taco Bell and his Taco
So
Bell.
she
Do
said
they have
it.
different things on the
Yeah.
menu.
They still got the Mexican pizza and the potatoes.
Yeah.
People go
What do you-
nuts about the Mexican pizza, and the Mexican pizza is not good.
Yeah.
I feel like it's the memory of it.
it's
But
the
I
nostalgia.
did order it and I did enjoy that.
Nobody's upset that the Chilito ain't on there anymore.
I don't know.
That still hurts me.
I'd like to go get the Mexican pizza, but you know what? It's just going to be disappointing. I'd rather just hold it in my memory because
Mhm.
if I get
There you
it
go.
and then it's like,
Yeah.
and I get it and it doesn't have
Never meet your
the
heroes.
right amount of
That's-
stuff on
yeah.
it, I mean,
Yeah.
I can taste it right now, but if it's not that, then
It's
I'm
not
going to
be that. It's going to be
Yeah, that's
some
pretty much
16-year-old that hates his
Mhm.
job.
Yeah, that's pretty much where our relationship is. Actually, you just
Yeah.
described. You just want to hold it in your memory.
Yeah.
Just
We can't go to Tennessee again.
Yeah.
That was too rough.
keep it there. Yeah.
Yeah, if I was gonna if I had to go to Taco Bell when we finish this show, because that was the only option for me to eat,
Mhm.
then I would probably get the Doritos tacos. It's a taco, but with a Dorito as a shell.
Yeah. Doritos Locos. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I'll admit is an amazing idea. Good on them
It
for
is.
that one. Yeah. And have
I
you
love
ever
American
had,
tacos.
if you want to talk about things that are like limited time or whatever, have you ever had like the grilled cheese burrito?
No.
No. I see. I'm cheap, so I understand that all the Taco Bell fillings are all the same. So I just get the basic. I don't even get the what is it? The Taco Supreme. I get like that.
Oh.
I call it the
I get
Happy
it
Meal.
Supreme.
I get that like 12 pack of just basic soft tacos, and then I'll take it to work. And if I'm working like a 12-hour shift, and I'll eat one every hour on the hour,
So you haven't
like
done
David
that in
Blaine.
forever, though. It's been a long time.
Nobody else
But-
likes Taco Bell.
So I couldn't imagine why they wouldn't, Dave. So a grilled cheese burrito is a burrito with whatever stuff that comes in it, but it's a grilled cheese burrito. So there's grilled cheese on the top and bottom of the burrito.
Oh.
And
That's insane.
it's kind of dope.
Yeah, they've lost their minds.
Yeah.
So I have to say the chicken soft taco chicken supreme,
Oh,
whatever that was. I don't
Okay,
know.
so that's
That
different.
was in like high school. That was every time we'd get that. But
most of the times they're just
It's
taking the
so
same
good.
ingredients and
that's
just
what
putting it
Carl
in
just
different.
said.
Yeah.
Taco Bell
Yeah.
is from all the same 9 bins.
Yeah.
Pay for how it is served. Now speaking of grilled cheese as something, remember when you made that grilled
Yeah, I
cheese?
did. I saw a meme.
It
It was two grilled cheese sandwiches with a burger in the middle, and I think onion rings in there, some other stuff.
Oh, did you guys ever have the double down at KFC?
Is that where it's the
No.
chicken for the bun?
Yeah.
Wait, what's in the middle? More
Chicken.
It's the double down was a sandwich that KFC served for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of like a sort of like a premium burger type thing, but
Yeah,
it didn't
it
have
was like-
buns. It had chicken. So you
Yeah,
pick
it
up
was
two
like, "Here you
pieces
go,
of
you
chicken
animals."
with your sandwich inside. So it's a chicken sandwich made out of chicken in a very literal sense.
Oh my gosh.
And you
What would
eat
you
it.
like on your sandwich? Meat.
Yes.
What kind of bread do you want?
And I'll never forget, because when I heard about it, it was being explained on like some news show, and the newscaster that was talking about it said, "This is the new double down at KFC. It's whatever chicken sandwich sandwiched by 2 chicken breasts." And the newscaster said, and let me tell you, that sounds reprehensible. And by reprehensible, I mean delicious. And so it was all these people trying the double down because they were thinking, "Ooh, that's gross. I would never eat that." And then they eat it and they're like, "Oh, it's pretty good."
Yeah.
There's nothing more American than that.
Yeah.
Have you had a burger with 2 donuts as the bun instead?
There was that
like
place.
the Krispy Kreme did that.
Okay.
Did they really?
Krispy Kreme. You can get a Krispy Kreme burger. It's a burger with Krispy Kremes as the buns.
But not at Krispy Kreme, right?
Yeah, but with the actual burger.
Yeah, I've never had that. I've seen it though. And
we were in
I've seen it,
Pittsburgh.
too. Oh, Wabi Sabi, yes.
We were in Pittsburgh, and there was that themed place, that 80s themed or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, that we
they
went
had
to.
They had donut buns.
They did have donut buns.
They had 26 different burgers on their menu.
More than that.
It took us 15
hold on.
minutes to order.
It was 80s theme, so basically it was just not renovated.
No, it was actually it was called it's supposed to be Back to the Future something.
It was Back to the
Future or something like that.
Yeah,
something. It was it was, but it was good. I enjoyed my burger. It was really good.
But yeah, they had so many different burgers, and I think they cut the menu down. They had other stuff, but it was like you're just reading the menu for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And then it took 20 minutes for them to make it, but it was good.
It was really good.
When we were down, another place that we went to down in Orlando, that is if someone was asking me, "Hey, we're going to go vacation in Orlando and we're not just going to spend the whole time at Disney World, where are some places to go?" One place I would recommend is Sugar Factory. So Sugar Factory, which the name kind of gives it away.
It's before Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, okay.
It's the step before that.
Sugar Factory is way better than Cheesecake Factory.
That's where we were trying to go in Pittsburgh, and that's why we ended up at the other place.
Yeah, Sugar Factory. I think there's 2 or 3 of them in the United States. There's one in New York, there's one in Orlando, and there might be one somewhere else. I'm not sure. And they have the pictures of the celebrities on the walls trying the things. So one of the things they're really famous for is, if you've ever seen pictures of people that'll get this gigantic chalice, basically a big glass. Kind of like a gigantic margarita glass that's this big, and it's smoking like dry ice,
It's like those fish bowls with the
those are
fish
from Sugar Factory. And they have a menu. Their menu's kind of reminiscent in that they have a menu that's this tall, and it's swear to God, it's 70 pages. And you can just flip through this menu of relatively small font.
Too much.
And a third of it's food, and the other 2/3 of it are drinks and stuff. And they have an alcohol menu and a non-alcohol menu. So every drink in the menu, you can get just a sugary version of it, or you can get an alcoholic version of it. And for food, it's all the most decadent foods, like pizza, burgers, Belgian waffles, or chicken and waffles and stuff like the most decadent types of food combos is the foods. And then for the drinks, it's like I said, it's literally 40 or 50 pages of the most. It's like Willy Wonka shit. It's the craziest stuff you would think of. So
Oompa Loompas bring them out.
So my favorite is they bring you it's like a watermelon martini, or no, it was a green apple martini with watermelon pop rocks around the rim instead of salt. Oh my God! It's one of those things where
that's exciting.
It's so good, you want to drink, you'll down it. And you're like, "Oh my God, this is the tastiest thing I've ever had. I want another." But for one, they're expensive. You can't order 7 of these things. That's $8 million. And second of all, they're so thick of sugar and syrup and stuff that I bet if you chug 2 of them, you'd throw up. You gotta.
I was gonna say
you gotta pace yourself, even if you're not drinking one with alcohol in it. You gotta tap the brakes on these things. So I got the green apple martini with watermelon pop rocks. I also tried it was a root beer float, but it was a root beer float alcohol drink. And it looked like a root beer float. It was in a chilled mug. It looked very, very much like a root beer float. Do you remember those candies you used to could get that looked like little like Coke bottles or root beer bottles?
The root beer barrels.
Yeah.
So those, so like some things of those were stuck down into the root beer float
Oh
drink.
my gosh.
So imagine like the creamiest, most premium vanilla ice cream you can think of, a couple scoops in a big chilled mug with root beer. But I think there's also like scotch or butterscotch or some shit mixed in there, along with like those little candies. That's just 2 examples of like 90 different drinks they have. It's Sugar Factory. Sugar Factory is
legit.
Yeah. But again, it's like that's you go there for one treat and then you steer clear because it's a lot.
Yeah. It's bussin', no cap.
All right.
Alan's gonna keep me
All right. So anyway, Mary, I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
I have to real quickly acknowledge Ryan Seifert's comment because he said, "Oh, Mary, Panera has a burger with really good fried pickles on it. You need to try." So first of all, I love fried pickles, and second of all, Panera has a burger because Dave might actually go there now.
Well, it's probably like $36, but
he avoids Panera because
for
there's
a special treat, maybe.
There's no real meat. He doesn't consider chicken real meat.
Yeah.
What's closer, Philadelphia or Queens?
I don't know.
I'm gonna see if I can.
Probably.
I don't know.
But I need to find out about that, Ryan. Thank you.
I'm gonna see if I can find this for you, Dave.
Are we looking for Sugar Factory?
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Oh, did you find?
They have one,
did you find a?
They got a bunch of them. One's in Philadelphia. I'm not on the menu yet, but. Oh.
This is definitely a place where I would have to show my
They
children.
have a shop. Oh, that's.
I would have to show my children the menu before we get there so that we're not sitting there
I don't know
for
if they have
16
the menu.
hours.
What the hell?
What? Oh, it's not going to show the. Wow.
Yeah.
Wildin' Out brunch.
Yeah, it's
So they're by yourself, Mary. You're allowed. Thank you.
it's just like I said. It's just the most decadent, just ridiculous things you can think of are.
Treat myself.
They don't show the menu.
Oh my gosh! I feel like what is that with all the donuts?
I'm looking at the menu right now.
Oh.
Here, I'll just copy paste into chat there for everybody. Here's
okay.
Well, if Dave will quit.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dave sabotaged the Nordstream pipeline. There you go. All right, so there's the.
There you go.
So the sour apple,
the sour
apple lolly, you can get an alcohol one for $18 or a non-alcohol one for $12. Liquefied sour apple lollipop rimmed with bubblegum pop rocks.
I'm like salivating just with the sour.
But that one martini, that's $18.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That one drink that's not a lot of liquid is $18.
Oh my gosh, what's that hot chocolate? What? Oh my. My
Oh,
kids
yeah.
would make themselves sick here. They would make themselves.
Yeah. So they have a kit, like they have a non-alcohol version of everything on the menu, and then they have the alcohol one. So anything that anyone saw that they liked, you can get one. There's a peanut butter cup that I really wanted to try. I hadn't had a chance to yet.
Oh, there we go.
Peanut butter and chocolate martini. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. This is only like there's banana chunk. I bet that one would be good. It's peanut butter and banana martini.
Alan, I tried to find banana nut Cheerios for you.
They don't exist. They don't
I know.
make them. It's if I thought
I was
that
like,
there was
I
any...
could get these ones off eBay, but how old are they?
Yeah, exactly. That's just to put in my room and look at.
Right. And feel sad about when you look at them.
Yeah.
I didn't do it.
I feel pretty sad just thinking about it.
Sorry.
Shit, they ain't kidding. $18, $17.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, they're all like $18 drinks.
Yeah.
Oh, here's one for $44.
Is that Judy's?
Holy
Well, those are the
cow.
big ones. Those are the big ones. Like, if you can drink that yourself, it's because you're an alcoholic. Those are for, like, you know.
We try to share it. Right?
Yeah. Like, that's the watermelon pina colada and the white gummy. A lot of people get the white gummy because it's, like, closer to clear and they have a bunch of gummy bears in it. So those are all, like, the expensive ones are all alcohol drinks.
The People's Watermelon Cadillac Margarita.
We got to go
That sounds
to
communist.
Judy's. Up by, remember where we had wings?
But it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
Yeah.
We
Of course,
gotta
the
go.
commie
She
drinks
said-
$44.
They do wings fried in pancake batter, then tossed in cinnamon sugar.
Who?
Judy's. Remember where we went
Oh,
to
yeah.
have wings? Those were really good wings. I saw this thing today, and it was like not anywhere around here. It was an ad for some other ice cream shop, but they take a vanilla twist and then put a hole through the center and then fill it with caramel and then take apple cider donuts that are crushed up and then cover the top of the vanilla ice cream. And I was like, that is such a great idea.
Yeah.
Also, I need to know where they have apple cider donuts that are good around here.
You know, one of my like favorite things to eat, but it's one of those things where, like, unless you just happen to have a local bakery that makes them, it's not always the easiest thing to find. It's just really amazing cinnamon rolls. Like, I'm talking about, like, you know, the big ones. You get the big cinnamon roll with the correct ratio of roll to icing. Did you guys ever have back in the day Mrs. Winters?
That
was
does
that
not sound
it was
familiar.
a chicken restaurant, so it was like a competitor to KFC. It was called Mrs. Winters. That was one of their like specialties. They had cinnamon rolls on their menu. So like, you know how a lot of restaurants will have like 1 or 2 dessert items on the menu, just like at all times. They made cinnamon rolls that were so good. It was one of those things where oftentimes people would go there just to get one, you know, just to get a cinnamon roll, not to have dinner or whatever. But Mrs. Winters has been gone for like 20 years at this point. And it's like, now, where do you go to get cinnamon rolls?
There's a place that we're going to meet this fall. We have to do it this fall. I feel like it'd be a nice drive. It's only an hour. Yeah. We're going to meet Celeste and Derek halfway and then have like a brunch. But they have cinnamon rolls. I looked at the menu, Celeste. It looks fantastic.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Derek, y'all swing by and pick me up on the way there.
Okay.
Basically on the way.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's just about 10 hours out of the way, but, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking today about how time is going by so fast. And,
Oof.
or maybe it was the other day. I think about it every day, really. But we were driving with the kids, or I was taking them to the thing. And I was like, pretty soon we're going to be booking our place for, you know, Tennessee next year, like before you know it. How's things going on the
That's
building
news
of
to Dave. He didn't know that.
You know we're going back.
I need to work some overtime.
He has to get another one of his tradies caught in the machine so he can get all the overtime.
Oh no. I can't remember where it is. But yeah, so I was thinking, like, you know, how's things going with the new building for your friend there?
Blake?
Did they break ground?
Yeah,
they've
already broken ground on the venue.
Okay.
So it's
Oh,
officially
good.
under construction. Yeah.
Yay.
I mean, they were, in his mind, of course, Blake's always overly optimistic, but in his mind, he was thinking it would be done by the end of the year, but maybe by end of winter, first of spring, it would definitely be ready. And I had already told him that, well, because in his mind, he was thinking we used to do the show in March, like the shows he was at.
Oh, okay.
We did them in March. And I said, no, it's going to be like in June. And he was like, oh yeah, well, that's plenty then. We're like, it'll definitely be ready by then. Yeah, no, I'm right now, I'm just battling the birthday getting older depression.
Oh, sorry. And then I'm bringing up the...
Yeah, because you were bringing up time going by so fast. Well, I mean, me and Anna Kay talked
right?
about this a little bit. I mean, our birthdays aren't super far apart. Hers is in August and mine's in September. And I don't know. It's kind of like the triple whammy of I had hoped to get our website and stuff up for this week. The website that's been like on hiatus for like 3 years. I was hoping it was going to be up this week. And then we had some technical difficulties, so it's probably going to be another week. And it doesn't really matter that it wasn't up this week, but I was trying to have it orchestrated where the website and the mailing list would be up and the merch store would be up at the same time as our materials that we have put together for our little fundraiser for our last year of doing the show at the same time as my birthday. And it would all be unveiled in the same week, you know.
Okay.
Because we've got our little fundraiser together, and fortunately we have had a few people that have a hell of a lot bigger audiences than me that have agreed just out of the kindness of their own hearts to say, hey, I'll help promote your thing that you're doing.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, so that's very nice of them. And so they're all just kind of like, well, let me know when it's ready, you know. And so basically we were going to just make the announcement for everybody that here's the fundraising goal, and the goal is set for like September 1st, 2023. If we reach that goal, then great. We'll not only continue on, but then that also, not only will we continue on, just that we will, but also that means maybe we'll have a little bit of resources that we can do some more fun things. Like all those little things that people constantly say, hey, you guys should do this or do that. Well, we'll take some of that money to then turn around and do some of the things. Yeah. And along with the merch site and all that stuff that we already have designs for and everything. So part of it was that, and just realizing that that's going to be a big challenge. And me being black-pilled, I just assume the show's going to be over September 1st, but I mean, maybe it doesn't. And then of course, like this time of year, the end of summer is here, and so the end of summer happens right going into my birthday, and we actually did have the temperature go down. So I showed Dave the other day, It was like 96 here. Just last week it was 96. So it actually got to a low of 46 last night.
Nice.
And the high was 76. What do you mean? If it's lower than 76, I just hibernate.
It's a little warm, for this time of year.
76 is nice.
It is nice. I'm just saying it can't go any lower than that. So so part of it was like when we went out for my birthday, when we were leaving the restaurant and stuff, it was a little chilly outside, and we're like, what the hell? Because it was shorts and t-shirt weather when we went into the restaurant, and it's not when we came out.
That happens here.
And so part of it, part of it's not just being angry that the temperature's down. It's more just the realization of the season's come to an end, and we had more hopes of things we would have liked to have done that you now realize that, time's run out, and, now it's time to start looking forward to the next season as opposed to the things that you would have liked to have done this season that maybe you didn't get a chance to do for whatever reason. There's a lot of things we didn't get a chance to do, particularly this summer, but really just this year so far, that we would have liked to have done for a variety of reasons, whether it's work or money or illness or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. So part of it was just being depressed about getting older, and part of it was being depressed that the summer's over, and part of it's being depressed of, well, there's so many things we would have liked to have accomplished this year that we didn't get a chance to do, and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's where my mental space was, and that's why that's why when I woke up today, I messaged you guys and said, "Yeah, we don't have a show tonight." So I had nothing prepared because I had wasted all my time having birthday dinner and then
sulking.
Yes, thinking thoughts.
No.
Yeah.
Thinking thoughts. I'll just be sitting in the quiet, like all the kids are sleeping and Dave's like sleeping, and he wakes up and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I'm just thinking, like it's just quiet and I can think things. It might not be great, but it's good because there's nothing else like distracting me, and I can actually think of my thoughts. But I feel ya. I know.
I avoid my thoughts.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, I usually do that, but birthday and all that.
Yeah, it's hard. I know.
So I mean, another thing was like, so my dad turned 74 this year, and I turned 37. So this is the year that I'm exactly one half my dad's age.
Oh my.
Yeah. So I'm almost dead, basically, is what I'm saying.
No, you're not. You're not.
You're almost done.
No. So my mom is 75? 76. Yeah, she's 76. And my dad just turned 69 yesterday. Mm-hmm. And nice. So yeah, right. But I know they're both in a certain spot, but I think my mom more so, where she's thinking back and looking back and, time and all that. It's a weird thing. It is. It's weird. We were at a family get together over the summer, and it was just very strange seeing my extended family, my aunts and my uncles.
No, our
being
kids
older.
are the kids.
Yeah, and then we are now the adults, like with the kids who are running around playing, watching the adults sitting at the table talking about stuff. Like it's just, I don't know. It is. It's weird.
Oh, it's great.
But hey, you know what? Back when they got married, yeah, that was a big thing. My mom, yeah, my mom was 8 years older than my dad, and they got married. She was 30, so that means he was 22.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
wow,
it was a big thing, but now they're older, and that doesn't matter. So I'm gonna have to go soon. I have a homeschool thing in the morning, and I want to make sure I'm good for it. Yeah, we're going to the library. We're gonna meet up with,
I remember.
Yeah, and do history and stuff. So
okay.
we have the Tuttle Twins, America's History, and we're doing it. We're gonna do it with another group. Yeah. So
I need to find some homeschool parents that'll pay me to be like the history teacher.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
You should.
Dude, seriously. Yeah.
I really just need to find
know,
people
Carrie,
to pay
I know.
me. We'll discuss what for after. It's just whatever.
Well, what's your price?
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all are welcome to join the, hang out with us, and we're gonna play. The first one is about the Silk Road, and Marco Polo, and we're gonna play a game.
I thought it was Pirate Bay or whatever. Not Pirate
and
Bay.
So all the kids are gonna have, we're gonna read about it obviously, but then we're gonna break for a small game for the kids to trade, and and if you run out of food, the whole game's over. Like if one country runs out of food, it's all over. But they're gonna have to trade, know what this person down the road wants. So everybody, it's going to be fun. I'll take pictures and explain it later, but it's going to be a good time. It's going to be fun.
Yeah. My history curriculum that spans revolution through current day, 95% of it is the American Civil War. Yeah. Now, I mean, there was some stuff, and then there was the Civil War, and then there was some stuff.
Yeah. Really dig into
that.
Well,
you know what? They have their other they have another America's History book coming out in next June. So we're taking this. It's 11 chapters. We're going to break it up. We're going to divide. We're going to make each one 2 lessons, so that because there's age ranges from 14 to 7. So we want to make sure that everybody can grasp and gather. So we're going to meet once a week and do this thing, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm very excited, and I'm excited to have something that's more aligned with.
More structured.
Yeah, well, no, more aligned with our beliefs versus what
Oh, speaking of that, Mary, I'm glad
schools.
you're here. So I don't think we ever got a firm answer a week or two ago when we ran into the problem where so D3 cannot spell Mississippi, but Chris can spell Mississippi. So I don't know if Chris is some kind of savant or D3 is going to be a police officer. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit of both. No, I think Chris is a brilliant kid. I think
he taught himself how to read.
Rage taught himself how to read. He got sick of asking
I have no
us.
idea when or how. I have no clue how or when that happened. But
he just got sick of asking us what the words on SpongeBob were, so he just figured it out.
He wasn't asking anymore, and then he started reading the stuff, and I'm like, wait, you can read that? And I mean, this was several years ago, but but I was just like, you know what that says? And he's like, yeah. And then I was like, would you want to read us this little book? It was like a beginner reader thing. And he's like, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed it. When did he learn how to read? So, he,
and David learned the basics, and then he just moved on to
other
editing videos. And
yeah.
I don't know. They're all different. They're all different in their ways and how they learn. I was talking to my friends today about that. They're different in how they learn. Jane will sit down and want to do every single worksheet available on the internet, everything. Give me every book, give me every worksheet. She wants to do worksheets. Chris, nope. if he can type it out, he's fine. He doesn't want to write. He'll sit and read, but it has to be facts only. He does not like stories.
Wow.
Unless they're true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to hear the treehouse. What is that? The treehouse.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't want some made up garbage. Like, he wants real people stories.
He wants to read the encyclopedia.
And David, I mean, he when he wants to know something, he just goes and finds it out himself, and then he tells me about it. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you were researching North Korea. Okay.
Are they old enough? Have you done that thing of, oh, what would you like to be when you grow up type thing? Like, have any of them ever said, like, I want to do this when I'm an adult?
No, they all just want to be YouTubers right now.
Well,
yeah,
I don't know. I mean,
pretty
no,
rough.
Chris does. Jane, she wants to do something with animals. You know, she loves cats, guinea pigs, little fluffy things. So, if she can be, if she can be a veterinarian and not have to deal with, like, you know, like any kind of like lizards or snakes, you know, like.
Well, yeah, every little girl wants to be a veterinarian.
Yeah.
I remember my sister wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching.
David wants to eat the Mona Lisa.
Oh, go ahead, Alan. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've been watching this Jeffrey Dahmer show. He started with animals too, so just keep an eye on that.
They always start with animals.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, see, she's kind to them and loves them.
She doesn't
and
abuse
doesn't
them.
try to
Put their heads on a stick.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, Gary, there we go. See?
Yeah.
They'll find a way. I like that they want to know certain things, and we just kind of roll with that. But there are certain things, obviously, that have to be structured, and you have to sit and listen to this and learn this. Like, I don't know.
You gotta have a job at some point.
Right. He's looking at you, David.
Yeah, David.
Poor D. Well,
so
he's gonna have a job. It's gonna be private first class. We talked about that earlier in the show. That's gonna be his job.
No.
I really don't think that, I don't know, that any of the world leaders are that suicidal or genocidal or, you know, the mutually assured destruction thing. Like,
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I really think, like, there can't be another draft. I mean, won't there be some kind of uprising? I mean, even though we know that a lot of people will do the thing and be like, well, but you go send my kid to America.
I can't see like a whole front full of Zoomers.
Yeah.
Like with their Kaepernick hairs and.
Yeah.
So all I would say to anyone banking on there being some kind of populist revolt in the event of there being a major war and a draft is, so when they put 2/3 of the country out of a job, permanently closed 53% of all small businesses, and told everyone you had to get a jab or wear a mask or you couldn't go to work, was there a populist revolt? Was the government overthrown?
Just pretend to be positive.
Just pretend for a second, okay? I'm trying to reassure D3.
No, he should be brushing up on his.
No, he's gonna be fine. He's not brushing up.
I didn't say. I mean, if he's good with electronics, he might be able to be a drone pilot. You know.
Oh, that's a nice safe job.
Yeah, you just have to live with the images. You know.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't really know what David wants to be when he grows up. I don't know.
He wants to eat the Mona Lisa.
I'm sure we've talked about it in the past, but
that's only a job you get to do once, though. D3. Like, what do you want to do after you've eaten the Mona Lisa? Yeah, that's an interesting question. We'll find out what D3, Chris, and Jane want to be when they grow up, and then compare that to what you guys wanted to be when you were little.
Oh, fighter jet pilot. Oh.
Okay, fighter jet pilot. All right.
I went through a lot of things. I mean, I wanted to be a
teacher. Is that for real?
Oh,
what,
Dave?
Me?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
And then
I love Top Gun.
Okay, but at what point was it? Did you segue off of jet?
When I realized
pilot?
I probably wouldn't fit in a fighter jet.
Oh yeah.
I heard they had to be a little bit smaller, and I was a big kid right away.
Oh, okay.
So.
Well, then what did you want to do then?
Ah, geez, I don't know. I'm living the dream right now. I wanted to be a late night live stream producer.
Yeah, I mean, I want to be a late night host myself, but you know, it's a whole thing. We'll talk about that some other time. And Mary, you wanted to be a teacher?
Well, yeah, when I was like, in 4th grade or 5th grade, my dad, he had gotten this, it looked like a school chalkboard, and he put it in the basement. And so I could be down there. I had a desk and everything. And I pretended and my mom
And you're
had
an only
like,
child.
And I was an only child. Yeah. And I had like, my mom had from teacher friends in the past had given her.
She was a
like
teacher too, right?
She was a teacher. Yeah. These teacher like books, like, so I walked around, like my teachers walked around, like I have all the answers and you shut up, Jerry, like whatever his name was, I had students, and I had all the stuff, I had the attendance, and I mean, I really played it all out, but, I think I went to like, I wanted to be a lawyer, for a while because I had fun, like just like debating and stuff.
Aaron Brockovich.
I mean, it was more fighting my parents, I think, but and then I wanted to be a psychologist. I really did. I wanted to go into psychology in some kind of way, shape, or form. But somebody said, someone influential to me, kind of like was like, "Well, what are you gonna do with that?" And I was like, "All right, I guess I won't do that." So. But I've always loved writing, I just haven't done it a lot. So maybe someday I'll get a book out there. Who knows?
The problem with writing is that nobody reads.
Yeah.
That's true.
But I it's like, even like when I had David, I started to write like children's stuff.
Good
even though
job,
that's
Ryan.
not my thing, but I wanted to write like kids books and stuff, things that I could imagine myself reading to him, things that I would read, and then I think, oh, I want to read, so, but not so much anymore, really. That, yeah.
Settled for this.
When I was a freshman in college, I was a pre-med biology major.
Pre-med.
Yeah.
Biology major.
Yeah, I was biology for pre-med. I was gonna go to medical school.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Could you imagine me as a doctor, even though I don't care if anyone lives or dies? Maybe that makes me the perfect doctor. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's actually true. The best surgeons and stuff don't care about you. They work on your body.
He would care if they live or die, but he would be
just
more,
out of
no
ego.
bedside manner. Like, tell me your problem, let me fix it. I'm not gonna hold
just
your
out
hand.
Of ego.
Yeah.
How dare you die when I try to make you live?
Me? I didn't do that. He didn't try hard enough.
I didn't know. It's all willpower anyway. You know that.
Yeah.
Just don't die.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So
I mean, look at Ryan. He's still alive.
Yeah.
What? Ryan's my inspiration. He's still going.
Well, so I changed from pre-med to music, and then I just left college and opened a printing business. So all three of those things were totally unrelated to the last. And then when I went back to school, I got a history degree. So then all four of those things were totally unrelated.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's okay, though. You're living the dream.
That was
right?
always like what you said about that one doctor, where he'd be happier if you just took the body part that he wanted to work on and just left it there. And just let him work.
A neurologist,
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Here's
if
my
I
brain.
could just like leave my brain in the office and walk away, like
you didn't
he'd have
bother him.
preferred that I just not really speak because I was being Mary, I'm like, well, this and that. And he's like very direct and just only wants facts, does not want a story. He doesn't give a shit about the story. He just wants the
Maybe
facts.
Chris will be a surgeon.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But I could appreciate that though. But I'm one who needs my hand held. I need I need bedside manner from a doctor. Like, I appreciate that. But I don't know, whatever. He did his job, whatever he needed to do. And whatever. It just wasn't with a smile
Yeah.
or any other words.
See,
at all.
See, that was when I found out that I apparently have an extremely high tolerance to various different chemicals. I had a little operation when I was like 11 or 12, and they gave me anesthesia, and I just wouldn't fall asleep. And I was like, I think it's going to take more. And they're like, well, if we give you more, then you're going to get sick when you wake up. And I'm like, well, but I can't be awake for this, right? Like, like there has to be a compromise here. Yeah. That was actually that conversation came up the other night when we went out for my birthday. Anna Kay, when we were going out, she said, "Hey, are you gonna get are you gonna get anything to drink? Like, do you want to go somewhere where you get something that you like?" And I was like, I don't care enough about drinking to bother making our restaurant decision based on that, because I don't care enough to, I'd rather eat something good. And then she was like, well, we'll both get something. We'll go somewhere and we'll get something, and then that way, I'm not pressuring you to drink anything. I said, yeah, but I don't get drunk though, so it's really just you get to drink and have a good time, and I'll just be here. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna have a fantastic time when she's drunk, but I'm saying that I'm not gonna get drunk. It's just
right.
I'll just die of alcohol
that little
poisoning
window
eventually.
of where she's drunk and you're gonna have a fantastic time. Like no good. This is
Yeah. Trust me, when you're dealing with a 4'11" Indian girl, it is a very narrow window.
It's like bored, crying. Like you want to be in between those two.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, this certainly got a little dark all of a sudden.
No,
but yeah, we
this is
should
fun.
go.
We should go. Yeah,
Here.
I do have to do the
Big
thing.
day tomorrow. Got it.
There we go.
We've been doing the whole thing with the slow jazz, and if someone makes a donation, then we keep going. Yeah, we haven't gotten one of those in like 3 months now, I think.
Yeah. They want the marbles. They're not gonna.
Yeah. Well, we can't do the marbles for another couple of weeks. All right.
Okay, I was gonna say how long for the marbles.
In a couple of weeks, there'll be a triumphant return of marbles on stream. Maybe it worked.
Been fun.
Maybe it works out that after the 30 days off, that's enough time for people to get excited for marbles again.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the absence makes the heart grow fonder kind of thing, right?
I hope everybody.
Bill Cosby.
Okay, I hope everybody enjoyed Minecraft the other night. I couldn't see chat, and I was focused on the game because I barely knew how to play.
It was
So-
fun.
Yeah, your dialogue was great. I think.
Yeah,
I
oh
was
my
too
gosh.
focused on like crafting and mining, and you were just off having adventures.
It was fun. It was super fun to watch. I wish I had just written down everything you said. So I was like, oh, remember that. No, I won't. There's too many
I don't
good
remember
things.
what I said. What did I say? I don't know.
Just too many things. And every time you'd respawn, you're just like right out the fucking door again. Like, looking for that gold motherfucker. And
I never did
those
find that gold
wolves
guy
and-
again.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm glad you did it.
Now you see, I should have found the picture from our messenger so we could have shared it for everybody. Now you see why I said that the villagers were Jewish, don't you?
Yes. Now, can I
didn't
ask
make that
you,
up.
Did they label that? Did Disney label that person Jewish?
It was that was a very obvious Jewish stereotype that they used in their cartoons that obviously that would get you canceled for nowadays, and so
Okay.
they changed it.
But if everyone's assuming,
I'm finding it right now.
Dave's finding it right now.
Okay, if you find the image that I shared, they actually had a side-by-side of what they changed it to. Like, there's the original where it looks like a Jewish guy, and then there was a one to the right of him where they changed it to a wolf. Like, they changed it to a big bad wolf-looking character. Yeah. So that's
That's
an
a
old
villager.
Disney cartoon of a Jewish guy, and does that not clearly look like the villagers from Minecraft? So Minecraft is anti-Semitic. I wasn't making a joke. It's just what it was.
Oh gosh.
I mean, you know me. I love some good anti-Semitism here and there. So I wasn't complaining.
And then,
I'm just
and
saying.
then you went in and like started.
And then you slaughtered them.
Yeah.
For their own good, Dave. I don't know.
I let the
It was
ones
fun,
live
though.
that had tribute.
Yeah.
The others had
There
to
you
go.
go. It was the ones who didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fun though. I'm looking forward to the next one. I am. It was really just funny to watch you freak out about.
See, I'm not wired to be a Minecraft person because before we were even done with our first session, my mind was wondering to, well, okay, but what do we do? well, okay, but what do we do?
You know
like,
what?
I've got my
Wait
weapons
till-
and armor now. Now what do I go
Yes.
do?
So, what needs to happen is you need to play it where you don't keep your stuff when you die, and that all the things do damage. So that you can actually like build a house and then have a creeper explode it, and then you can rage out about that. But then you die. All of a sudden you're thrown 5 feet, and you're like, what happened? Oh, that was the creeper. And
You
now
wake
I've got
up
to
in
know-
bed with none
Yeah.
of your stuff, and you have to go get it.
Nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
See, we tried that one night on 7 Days to Die, and everybody bitched.
Well, you have to try it on Minecraft.
All right.
Yep. This was fun.
Concerned about what D3's going on about in the LLN server here. There's a slave market.
Yeah, well, I mean, between you guys and me, I'm going to be honest with you. After some of the stuff D3 was telling us on 7 Days to Die, I'm not surprised y'all have a slave market on Minecraft.
Oh, man.
He was making it very clear that there's different classes of citizen. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, gosh.
Seth was there. Seth can back me up on this. Seth and I were both
Oh,
saying,
man.
well, D3, I don't know, man. We were trying to back off of it, but he was pretty adamant about reading Mein Kampf, so I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right.
Good night, everybody. Love you all.